Happy Mother's Day, I'm Chef Michelle Bernstein. It's the one day a year that moms shouldn't have to go into the kitchen for anything. Stay with me today as I give you recipes to celebrate mom on her day. So dads and kids, don't move. SoFlo Taste is next with recipes that you can make for dear sweet mom. How fun is that? Hello Taste Buds and welcome to SoFlo Taste here in the Goya Kitchen, J World in Coconut Creek, and happy Mother's Day. Since I'm a mom, this is as close as I'm getting to this kitchen or any other kitchen this Mother's Day. I'm letting my boys cook for me, and all you moms out there should do the same. So I thought it would be fun and helpful for me to give you fathers and children some recipes I've made for Mother's Days over our 7 years together. So don't go anywhere, dads and kids. Let's get to cooking. My first recipe is perfect for Mother's Day. It's a recipe for a perfect roast chicken, which I first made for you last year. It's good enough to make again. Enjoy. This recipe drives me crazy because it's just too perfect and easy. So let me just show you what you have to do. I salted and peppered inside, outside, all over this bird and left it in my fridge overnight. Next day, you really want your temperature of your bird to get a little bit more towards room temperature before roasting, because if you roast a really cold bird, think about it, it just takes longer. You know, the skin gets crispy, but the bird isn't done yet, and then it starts to dry out, right? So you want the bird to be room temperature. All right, separate the skin from the flesh of the chicken. You just kind of dig in a little bit. You see how my finger goes and slides easily underneath the skin of the breast meat and the skin as well, and then to the leg. All right, so we've got whole thyme and whole rosemary, and you basically are just sticking those herbs inside of the chicken. Very simply put. No chopping, no dealing with. They can stick out as much as you want them to. It doesn't matter. Like so. And then if you want, you can do the same on the leg, or you don't have to, but it really, somehow with this aroma of all these fresh herbs, it really gets into this chicken beautifully. Now the one thing you don't want to do is rip the skin. That would be such a shame, right? All right, the next thing is cooking it in a saute pan. The one really important thing is that the skin doesn't stick. So what you're going to want to do is pour some oil, and I'm using olive oil, into a pan, and we're going to get it really nice and hot. So you're going to want to set your oven to 450 to 475 degrees, really good and hot. But before we go into the oven, we're actually going to lower it to 400, 425, depending on the heat of your oven and how high. The first 20 minutes of the roast, if you don't see the skin really getting bubbly and turning that golden color, then you need to put your heat up a little bit. And the one other technique that I will tell you is keeping a very dry bird before you sear it, or you will steam it. All right, so let's put it in this pan. It's really hot. All right, you see how it's not sticking? That's good. I'm going to lower the heat in the oven. And I'm going in. I can already smell the gorgeous rosemary. After 30 minutes of cooking, flip it over for 20 minutes, and then flip it over again for 10. And what you will get is a gorgeous roast chicken. And it's golden all over. I mean, it's really spectacular. It's just beautiful. So let's go ahead and cut that the way I would at home. I let the chicken cool off enough to where it's rested a good 15 minutes, so all the juices are pretty much in that bird and they're not going to bleed out, and so that I can touch it. So once you've done that, I cut off the leg quarters, like so, and then I cut the legs off of the thighs. Do the same thing on the other side, like so. Okay, and again, you break that up between leg, and I always keep my legs and my thighs together. So then, somebody always wants the wing, right? So you come around the bone and you kind of work it off like so. And then for you white meat lovers, now you know we have the breastbone, right, that splits it down the center. Now we do have all these herbs intact that were roasted in there, so I'm just going to grab it by the stem and slide that out of there. So we're going to cut on the side, one side to the left of the bone, and slide that right on out of there. Don't miss any of that beautiful meat. And the best way for me to serve this to my family is usually in about 3 pieces, like so. Then you have 3 beautiful pieces of breast. Enjoy this beautiful recipe with your family. That roast chicken recipe is simple and delicious, perfect for dads and kids to make as long as they're supervised. We got that chicken from Delaware Chicken Farm and Seafood Market, who want me to tell you there is still time to pick up some last-minute items for Mother's Day. And if you're a veteran, remember to stop by Delaware between May 24th and May 29th for a free 4-ounce container of our famous smoked fish dip and side of crackers. So yummy. It's their way of saying thank you for your service. Delaware Chicken Farm and Seafood Market is located at 4191 North States Road 7 in Hollywood. You can always visit them at delawarechicken.com or call at 954-983-6831. Place an order or just drop in. Make sure you tell them I sent you. More recipes to honor the moms in your life ahead, so come right back.
There's still more from the Goya Kitchen at J.A. World and Michelle.
Welcome back to SoFlo Taste, where I'm celebrating Mother's Day, which was first celebrated in this country in the early 1900s. But by 1911, all U.S. states were observing the second Sunday in May as Mother's Day. So let me give you another recipe just for her. This recipe is a bit fancy, but moms deserve it. It's baked scallops with cucumber, caviar, and radish. It even sounds fancy. So let's go back to May of 2019 for this great scallop recipe for dear mom. To start off the meal, I thought it would be lovely to do scallops. And there are some beautiful scallops in South Florida. These, of course, are from Delaware Chicken Farm and Seafood Market. And these are what you would call dry scallops. They're lovely, they're dry, they sear beautifully, but instead of searing them today, I'm actually going to put them in the oven. It would be called what one French chef once called a white sear. So we're not getting color on them. All we're gonna do is take a little bit of the rawness out of it. I'm going to cut it as if it was a crudo, but it will be somewhat cooked. I'm just going to season it very delicately with a little bit of salt, pepper. If you have white pepper, this would be your chance to pull it out. A little olive oil. I'm going to go in the oven at a nice low temperature because I don't want too much color on this. I want to pretend that it's somewhat raw. So 325 degrees. Setting the timer for 5 minutes. So let's move on. By the time the salad is ready, the scallops should be ready. I decided to use the fact that I'm a mom and that I'm doing the show for Mom's Day, and I asked Delaware for caviar. I didn't know that they'd be giving me such a fancy one, though. They gave us Siberian Osetra caviar, which is pretty good, so thank you guys for that. I feel like it's my Mother's Day gift. So I'm keeping this on ice, and that's my little treat to go on top of the scallop. Of course, you don't have to do that. All right, so let's make the salad, and the salad is gonna have some of my favorite ingredients. This is a fennel bulb, and it's delicious. It has a bit of an anise flavor to it, and my mom always used fennel, so I think that's why I decided to use it today, to have Mom with me here. All right, so I just cut it basically in half, and this is called a Japanese mandolin, and it's great for slicing things really thin. I guess I'm making kind of like a little slaw, if you will. Some nice shaved fennel. There's no strong flavors in this dish today. Everything is nice and delicate. So I have 2 kinds of radish. I have just a simple traditional red radish. And I've got a watermelon radish today, which is a lot of fun. They call it a watermelon radish because it's somewhat green on the outside and pink on the inside. These are Persian cucumbers. They're little and crunchy and fabulous, and they have very small amount of seeds. So I decided to use them as well in my slaw today. Slaw, salad, interchangeable. I'm putting all my vegetables in my bowl, and I'm just gonna make the simplest lemon vinaigrette. So I've got lemons. I guess a citrus juicer would come in handy right now, but you know, when you're only squeezing one lemon, why bother getting a citrus juicer all dirty, right? I'm a little lazy when it comes to that. So let me pull the scallops out. And that's exactly what I wanted. I was hoping for no golden color, which I've got. They look raw, but they have a little bit of, they're cooked on the outside and still under, they're still raw on the inside. So kind of like a tataki idea. All right, moving back to my vinaigrette, I'm just gonna do a little bit of olive oil. Use your favorite olive oil, it's up to you. A little bit of salt. So let's go ahead and mix our salad. So you have all these pretty colors. I love adding a little bit of brightness when you're trying to give somebody a little something special. The salad goes right in the center of the plate. And it just, I don't know, it just looks happy. And then we will slice our scallops with a nice sharp small knife. So I'm gonna place it sideways to cut nice thin rounds. And really let the knife do the work. Don't push so hard. If you just slightly push down on the knife without a lot of pressure, the knife will cut for you where you don't have to really do much to it. And then I'm going to surround my salad with what really looks like a sashimi of scallop. Lovely. The last thing I'll do is add a little bit of caviar to the top and surrounding scallop. I have here a caviar spoon. It's a mother of pearl spoon so that you don't taint the flavor of the caviar, but you don't have to get so fancy if you don't want to. And by the way, there's all kinds of caviar, especially Delaware Chicken Farm and Seafood Market has a lot of different kinds of caviar, from the lesser expensive all the way up to this beautiful Siberian that they gave me. So have a little fun with it if you want to treat mom or yourselves a little bit more. And then I'm just gonna drizzle a little bit of the vinaigrette over the top. And I think that this makes a beautiful beginning to celebrating all the lovely mothers in your life. Come right back so I can give you more recipes for celebrating mom. But before you go, scan this QR code here or on ingredient list throughout the show. It takes you to the SoFlo Shows page where you'll find all my recipes and previous shows. So come right back.
Hi, I'm design expert Elena Capra. Michelle will be right back. And don't forget, stay tuned for another episode of SoFlo Home Project following SoFlo Taste.
Welcome back to SoFlo Taste as I give you a dinner menu for the mothers in your life. As I always am, I'm here at the wonderful JA World of Coconut Creek, a great place dedicated to our children. For more information, go to jasouthflorida.org or call them at 954-979-7100. Now back to the food. My mother made flan. No, she made like the best, most fabulous flan. And here is my tribute to her with her flan recipe. No, to her fabulous flan recipe. You are about to tell me that this isn't yours anyway because I made that one, and we'll see what happens and how it turns out.
We'll see.
So if it doesn't turn out well, this is my flan recipe.
But I made it many times before.
So
Okay, first we go with 8 ounces of cheese.
actually, first we're going to make caramel.
Oh, you're going to make the caramel for me? Great.
Okay, so I'm putting water and sugar
Yes.
in this pot. Lemon zest is there
Lemon
to
zest.
flavor and freshen up the flavor of
Right.
the flan.
Right. It always gives desserts a very fresh, delicious taste.
Okay, as you do that, I'm going to start adding ingredients to the blender.
Please do.
Thank you very much. All right, so we have 1 can of condensed milk.
Yes,
Can you use low-fat milk?
you can, but why should you?
I have no idea. I thought I'd ask. Room temperature cream cheese,
8 ounces.
8 ounces.
Okay, I think we have.
I think we have enough. Dame eso. Okay.
You.
Next,
Thank you. Vanilla.
vanilla.
1 teaspoon of vanilla.
Okay.
You can use 2. The
All right.
eggs,
Yeah.
5 eggs, 5 nice large eggs, and a half a cup of regular white sugar. That's it. Perfect. And now we're going to cream it.
Let me help you.
Please.
Goes right
It's a
there.
very big.
This
mixer.
is the, well, it's a professional blender.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Thank you. I like it. Yeah. It's all pureed in. Oy. Are you
It's
happy?
ready. It's ready,
Okay.
yes.
Okay, then, ooh, here's our caramel. Just starting to get nice and amber in color. It's just
Oh,
going to
it's
take...
going to happen very fast.
Yeah, it happens really quickly. Don't walk away. You see all those big
Bubbles.
bubbles. That's what you really want to look for when you're making caramel. It's all about the shape of the bubble.
Yes.
For me, all my sauces are really all about the shape of the bubble as well. When things get to a certain... See how the bubbles get bigger and bigger?
I never thought about it.
Oh, of course. That's like a big deal. Look how the bubbles are getting bigger and bigger.
That's why you're a chef and I'm a cook.
I think this is...
It's ready.
Mom, you think so? I know you like it really dark, so I'm going to shut that off. Okay. So as you can see, it's the beautiful caramel.
It's going to be very juicy.
Tell me how far to go.
Just
Like
that's
so?
enough.
Okay. We're using a little bit of a different flan mold than we normally would. All right, so that's on the bottom. I personally let that cool for a couple minutes.
Yes.
But for the sake of television, we're going to pour this in.
Ooh, nice. See, the caramel keeps going up.
Yeah. Okay.
Delicious.
So then you fasten it. All right, you fasten it. You cook it over a bain-marie in the oven, 350,
350 for about 45 minutes.
45 minutes to an hour. Well, it needs a jiggle, but
Oh,
you
yeah.
want it set, right? Okay. So we'll put that aside, and I have another one here.
And it has to jiggle.
And my mother was asking me why it is I didn't turn this over before the show started to make sure
Just in case.
that it was ready. Take a knife. Mickey, you got this part?
Go around.
I hope this works. If not, I apologize to you.
It will work.
All right.
Let
For
me
luck?
try. Let me
All
try.
right.
Just let me try. It's stuck. Stuck.
Come.
It's
gorgeous. That was a little scary.
It
right
looks
there.
really good, and now we have whipped cream.
So there you go. You have a beautiful caramelization. You really want that caramel to be dark. Don't be afraid of it. Okay, you really want it nice and dark because if not, you'll never get that really
And look
pretty
at all
color.
the juice around.
That's right. All right, so I like to serve it with Marcona almonds that come already toasted in olive oil with sea salt.
And it's very Spanish.
Thank you very much. And whipped cream. Again,
Okay,
with my
then
whipped cream.
serve it.
All right, so let me cut a little piece. I'm very happy. I can't make flan in front of my mother and the flan not work.
God forbid.
Goodness gracious.
You'll never hear the end of it.
I will never hear the end of it.
Beautiful. A little whipped cream,
A little whipped cream.
a little Marcona.
Si, senora. Take a spoon from up there. It's for you to try.
Oh, thank you.
Happy Mother's Day.
And thank you. Mwah.
I love you. To my favorite mama.
You're my favorite chef.
I love that recipe for obvious reasons. You will too. Come right back. I really like those recipes I've made over Mother's Day we've spent together. Thanks, Taste Buds, for watching today. Mother's Day is only one day a year for you to show your appreciation for what the moms in your life do for you all the other 364 days a year. Next week, I'm heating things up. I'm giving you some wonderful recipes with some wonderful dried peppers. But those recipes will be bursting with flavor, not scorching with heat. That's on the next SoFlo Taste. Now let's say good morning to design expert Elena Capra, host of SoFlo Home Project. Good morning, Elena. What's next?
Hi, Michelle. Good morning. So today we are cooking in style. Coming up on SoFlo Home Project, we share with you the latest trends and gadgets to create the perfect outdoor kitchen.
Thanks, Elena, and wish your mom a very happy Mother's Day from all of us. So my taste buds, please be smart, be safe, and be vaccinated. And stay where you are for SoFlo Home Project and Elena. I'll see you next week. Goodbye, good taste, mwah, and very good Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day.